Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Tutorial Tuesday. In this episode, I'm going to introduce you to all 42 miles of the beaches that I hunt here in Orange County, California. We will also be selecting the winner of last week's Would You Dig It contest giveaway, and we will be selecting the winner of Guess That Metal Ring found near the Montage in Laguna Beach. And at the end of this video, I have another Would You Dig It contest giveaway for a $25 Amazon gift card. So guys, why do I want to introduce you to the beaches that I hunt here in Orange County, California? And that's because the contest giveaway that I have called I Dig For You, the March episode, is coming to an end. And I will be selecting the winner on April 2nd. So you guys still have time to get your answers in, guys. So here's a little clip about the giveaway, and then we're going to head over to Seal Beach, and I'll start the introduction to my beaches. And guys, if you see a little gemstone like this in any of my videos in the month of March, just remember, that is another giveaway. All you need to do is comment on that video and put the timestamp that you saw this gemstone, and you will be put into a drawing to win an I Dig For You episode. You get to choose the beach that I detect on. You will receive all the trash and all the treasure. If I dig gold, if I dig silver, if I dig platinum, if I find diamonds, if I find a Rolex, it's yours, guys. It's yours. The only exclusion is cell phones. We've already talked about that. I'm excluding all cell phones. But platinum, gold, diamonds, all that belongs to you. And if you want to win that, remember, you're selecting the beach. I'm digging for you. All right? You get to select that beach. And if you want to participate, comment every time you see one of these gemstones in any of my videos in the month of March. And in the first week of April, I will be selecting the winner. And on a Friday in April, I will be conducting the I Dig For You episode. So you will choose the beach, and I will give you all the trash and all the treasures. And just in case, because there's times we don't find anything, right guys? That's the honest truth. I'm throwing in a $25 Amazon gift card. So it's a win-win-win for you guys. Win-win-win for you. Alright? Just remember, if you like my videos, click on like. If you'd like to see more, consider subscribing. Ringing this bell and receive all the notifications every time I release a new video. So guys, we're going to start off in Seal Beach, California, which is fairly close to my home. I live really close to Sunset Beach, California. And keep in mind, guys, I live in the city of Huntington Beach. But in the city of Huntington Beach consists of Sunset Beach, Bolsa Chica State Beach, Huntington Dog Beach, Huntington City Beach, and Huntington State Beach. Just like Newport Beach has Newport Beach, but it also consists of many different names of the jetties. And those names are usually their street names, okay? And the Wedge is all the way at the end of the peninsula in Newport Beach. Corona del Mar is part of Newport Beach, and Crystal Cove is part of Newport Beach. And once you get past Crystal Cove, as we'll see on this map, you're going into Laguna Beach, which is full of a bunch of different beaches of Laguna Beach. They make up a bunch of different coves. Some of them are kind of private or semi-private, or sometimes really hard to get to, or you just don't have access. There's one beach in California that is private. It is in Laguna Beach, that is called Emerald Bay. So if any of you guys are HOA members of Emerald Bay, feel free to call Jim. You can borrow one of my metal detectors. I will go with you. I can teach you how to do it on the beach. Whatever we can do, I would love to hunt that beach. So I have hunted it once before, and I had a blast, okay? I really did. So guys, we're going to start off at Seal Beach, and we're going to go all the way down south, all the way to the Trestles. Now keep an eye As you look at these little flyovers and everything, think about it. A lot of times, this footage was on a slow day. All these beaches are regularly very busy. If it's a nice day out, there's going to be people on these beaches. Hey guys, here is my Google Earth. The yellow line that you see is the ruler from Google Earth, and I just measured 40.84 miles of detectable beach in Orange County. Actually, a little bit of that falls into San Diego County, but that's at the Trestles. But still, that goes even further down. I didn't measure that, so it's about 41 miles of detectable beach that you guys will have an opportunity to choose which beach. So guys, let's get started and go straight into Seal Beach. Started pretty close to my home. I live near Sunset Beach in the town of Huntington Beach, California. And here we go. This is Seal Beach, California. I'm gonna clear that. And we have approximately 1 linear mile of detective beach. Now guys, this is a pretty wide beach in this area, and a lot of this area doesn't get used very often. But the areas around this beach are near the piers are a great area. Also, all along here, they get debris flow. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of pull out on the channel here. This is a protected barrier, seawall barrier. And these are the seawall barriers protecting. This goes into Alamitos Bay, and this one goes into Anaheim Bay, which goes into Huntington Harbor. So this is the pier, and this is the detectable beach area right along. Here. So guys, let's move right on over. Clear that. Move straight on down. And here we are. We have Surfside and Sunset. Okay, Surfside is a HOA community right along here. Okay, and back here has some very historic areas, but most of that was wiped out when they built the weapons base. Okay, guys, and many of you are looking at this section right here. And if you can tell me what that is, I would like to know. I've asked many a times and many different people what they think it is. The only thing that is official in any official statement, they call that dredge marks. Doesn't look like dredge marks to me. Dredge marks usually don't have perfect lines like this right along here. And I know I mentioned in one of my videos that right here is Warner and this is PCH. And if you draw a straight line to Avalon out into Catalina Island, you run right across into that. So here we are. We're back to Sunset Beach. In Sunset Beach, I'm going to include Surfside with it. I always do, and we're going to go right here. This is where Sunset Beach comes to an end, or starts, however you want to call it. And that's about 2 miles of detectable beach, guys. Right in this area, all the way up to the water tower house. is great hunting area. It doesn't have a high volume of people, but it gets a good volume of people, and it does get a lot of local activity. Let's move on down to Bolsa Chica State Beach. Clear this out. And here we are. We're going to start up here at Warner PCH. And we're going to work our way down all the way to right here. And that is about 2.6 miles of detectable beach. Guys, you've seen that. The wind basically blew off the sand on this beach over the winter, and I've been playing at this beach ever since because I've called this Trash Can Beach. It is a state beach. The sand is not well manicured like other beaches. There's not a huge sand exchange from the ocean here, so the sand stays there for a long time. So it develops layers. So the layer that I was able to hit did have a lot of clad in there. I did get some good gold, and then I targeted the fire pits shortly after that. It made the wind blowing the sand out the beach, made it a detectable beach. Okay, guys, we're going to move right on down into Huntington Beach. Clear this area. We're going to start right here. There we go. And I am going to stop right here. This yellow line is considered Huntington Dog Beach, and it's about 1.5 miles long. And right here to about right, there we go, there's Beach Boulevard. This would be Huntington City Beach, which is about 2 miles long. A very good detectable area. It is a very congested with detectorists. People from all over come to this beach because it's easy access. Usually you can find free parking around here. It is the place where many people start their detecting careers. And have success. Because if you come into Huntington Beach, the one thing you're guaranteed to get are bottle caps, tent stakes, and a few zinkins. But I will tell you, that is a great place to start. I have found quite a bit of gold, but the further south I get, the more gold I find. So we're going to go to the area right now where I find a lot of gold. Actually, we're coming into Huntington State Beach right now. And then we'll get in the area that I find a lot of gold. So let me clear that. And this section right here is Huntington State Beach, which is about another 2-mile stretch of beach. Very detectable, full of fire pits, a lot of activity all year round. Clear that. Now we're going to get into areas where I find a lot of gold over the years, guys. This is one of my favorite go-to locations. Right here is the impromptu Newport Dog Beach. It's not an official dog beach yet, but I believe it will be. But they call this area the jetties. All right, we're going to go all the way to the pier here. And we're going to go just about to about right here, I believe. About right here. Yes, right there. So that is approximately almost 4 miles of detectable beach, better known as Newport Beach. Hey guys, here is Newport Beach. Notice it comes out to a peninsula. It's not quite 4 miles of detectable beach in the what I call the Newport and the jetties region. So when I talk about Newport Beach, I talk about the jetties. Each one of them has a name along here, a nickname, okay? And just slightly south of the pier as well, leading towards Balboa. Let's move on over to Balboa and the wedge. Now guys, I kind of count these all in one, but if I'm coming to the wedge, and that's about 2 more miles, 1 3/4 miles right here that's lined out. If I'm going to hit the wedge, I'm detecting this area, which is about a mile, about 3/4 of a mile area. Okay, that's what I consider the wedge. And this is what I consider from about right here to about right here is what I call Balboa. And it's about a mile long as well. Balboa gets very, very busy in this area. It is a very good place to detect, but it is a hard place to detect too. And on very, very busy days, it's not a great place to go because it's hard to get in and out and a lot of congestion. Okay, same with getting to the wedge. These areas along the peninsula, you know the traffic is going to be not good. And just between here and here on a busy day could take you about an hour of driving. So, riding your bike is a good thing. We're moving on down to Corona del Mar. This area beach of Corona del Mar, you've seen in my recent video, that's about, I don't know, 1/3 of a mile of the beach, right? But it's pretty large. You guys saw it. It's a fairly large beach, okay? I was there for 4 or 5 hours. So just to let you know, that's quite a bit of beach to detect in that amount of time. And then right in here you have Little Corona. And I always come down here because it's a quick 3-hour hunt. It's always fun, and I usually find a ring. I usually do. It's one of the things about Little Corona that keeps up giving a ring. Nothing really fancy. Now we're going to move even further south. This whole area is called Crystal Cove. From right up here all the way down here. I'm being kind of crude with this. I understand that. But we'll get a rough guesstimate. So it's about 3 miles more of detectable beach. But I'll tell you, the cottage areas are the ones that produce the most for me on this beach. So I don't really hit anything else but this generalized cottages area. Now I used to have success. Back in the day, right along this area was a private homes were right on the beach. Well, they got rid of them several years back. And shortly after getting rid of them, I would find a lot of good targets along here, old relics and stuff like that. But past recent years, really nothing. Maybe if there's a big event of some sort and had a good push in right here, I might hit that area again. But it's always worth going out and just giving it a shot if you've hit all the others. Now we're going to get into two coves right here. Now we're just crossed over into Laguna Beach, guys. Now, these coves are private. I have no access. And this is the only private beach in California. It's actually a private beach. You do not have access unless you are a member of the Emerald Bay HOA. Now here's Crescent Bay, Shaw's Cove, Fisherman's Cove, Diver's Cove, Picnic Cove. Guys, all of these are great little coves here in Laguna Beach. You have Laguna Main Beach. and all the little street beaches that are associated with it down here. Beaches is it here, right here. You know, I call this Gold Beach, right? This is Mountain Road Beach. I call this Gold Beach. But notice how close the shoreline is to these. The sand always changes. One day there's sand, the next day there's not. It's constantly changing. I hit it and one day, and the next day it's going to be totally different. So one day you might find some good things, and the next day not find anything. And I find more of nothing there than I do of something. And of course, you guys don't see the videos of me finding nothing, right? So you really don't know how much I hunt there. I do hunt there quite a bit. I've had a lot of great success, and it comes from these resorts. That's where that success comes from, and there's no BS behind it, right? So we're going to move on down south, and we're at Victoria Beach. Victoria Beach is also a hard beach to get into, but guys, it's closed until May 1st. They're doing some work on that beach. This is Treasure Cove right along here, right next to the Montage Resort. I know you guys just saw a video last week of me there. I detected this area of that beach, and right about right here is where I found that ring that you guys will be guessing on the type of metal it is for a $20 Amazon gift card that we'll be selecting at the end of this video. So guys, right in here is what we call Treasure Cove. That's a misnomer. I have found quarters, dimes, and junk jewelry. I've never found treasure in Treasure Cove. Even though it's right next to the Montage, right? But again, this area gets washed in and washed out. So one day someone could have lost their gold ring, and the next thing it's in the middle of the Pacific right here, right? So we move on down to where the Montage is. Okay, and this is Aliso Beach. This whole area right along here is Aliso Beach. And this is where I would normally park at Aliso Beach. Okay. This area here is West Street Beach. It's a great area. I really like it. I think you've seen a video. I found a gold chain there, I remember. Okay. This is Table Rock Beach. This is Thousand Step Beach. Okay. It's a nice big area, and it's got some hidden tide pools and some caves back up in here. So guys, this is Muscle Cove. This is another beach that I do not have access to, even though I have metal detected it before. I was able to work my way around the rocks here during low tide and had access to this area. However, it was incredibly embarrassing having to climb up through the homes to get back up to PCH when the tide came in. No one really said anything to me, but I know that I could have gotten in trouble for trespassing because it is a private HOA. Now here's a Ritz-Carlton, guys. The Ritz-Carlton is a great place to stay. The Monarch Beach Resort is beautiful right there. So, of course, Salt Creek Beach is right here, guys. This is an exclusive private beach club. Okay. And Jim has had great success right in here. And in the watch category. So I have nicknamed that Rolex Beach because that's the only place that I have found Rolexes. And somehow I keep finding them there, but it's not very often, guys. All right, so Salt Creek. Yep, let me clear that out. Salt Creek Beach is a long walk. And I walk all the way up to about right here when I hit that beach. So it seems longer than a mile. That's really only a mile long, I guess, huh? But it seems longer than that, guys, because that place will wipe me out. And the Strand seems about just as long. It's about right here to all the way here. Depending on surf conditions, the Strand can be a good location, but a lot of time it's a lot of walking with not a lot of great targets. I've had success at the Strands, but not in great abundance. I know others who have had great success there. Now we have a little tiny beach right along here in Dana Point Harbor. This is a kids beach. I have not had success there. I find a lot of keys and bobby pins and stuff like that on that beach. And here's Doheny State Beach. I've had good success. The only thing negative about this is right where I'm clicking right now is it gets a high EMI area. But getting into here is very detectable. And you can detect all the way down here. Some of this area is not detectable in all the way to about right here. There's another 1.5 miles of beach that you can detect in Doheny Beach, and right about here is where I found that strange copper item, guys. But I frequently find strange copper items, but nothing with that type of detail on it. So we're going to move on down from Capo Beach area, or that's Doheny Beach really. And these are mainly oceanfront homes. And yes, you can detect in front of them, but they don't have a high volume of people. They have residents using them, but not a high volume of people. So if you're hunting for relics, or you're just getting out to hunt and you just want to wave that coil, that might be a good place to go. Jim has never really hit that area, so he really couldn't comment too much. I like to go where people go. And so we're going to go all the way down to San Clemente here. And here we are at San Clemente Beach. We're going to measure this all the way down to T Street. Here we go. So this is a T Street entrance, and this is the beginning of San Clemente. So San Clemente Beach is about a half-mile long in linear distance, right around the pier. And that area right between those areas is a great place to hunt. So if you're a metal detectorist and you're coming to South Orange County, this is a great location for you to hunt. I am always amazed at the stuff I find there because it's different each time. Okay, let's clear that and let's move on down. We're going to move from here down to San Clemente State Beach, which is pretty much the rest of this beach all the way down about right here. Okay, so that's another 2 miles, 2 linear miles of beach. And this is the campground, so you can camp right near the beach. These are the train tracks. As you know, the train runs right along that coastline. And I will tell you, right around this parking lot, I believe this is Khalifa entrance, it does pretty good. I will tell you, T Street and by the pier, I've had better success. So if we're talking about success for you guys, we got to move to the Trestles. Okay? And we are at the Trestles. That line right here, Orange County this side, San Diego County right here, guys. Let me clear this. We're going to start right off here. So now we're in the Trestles. This whole beach right along here is the Trestles, which is another about 2 miles worth of beach, guys. And this is a surf spot. People come all over the world to surf the Trestles. But here's the thing. There's no easy parking here. No easy parking at all. So, parking happens all the way up here. And you have to hike down these trails and go under the freeway. You've seen my Trestles videos. I'm always on a big hike. So guys, those are the beaches that I hunt here in Orange County, California. And I know the I Dig For You winner is going to have a hard time making a selection. So guys, if you would, comment below and tell me which beach you would want me to hunt at. Okay guys, let's select the winner of the Would You Dig It contest from last week and select the winner of the Guess That Metal in the Ring that I found over by the Montage in Laguna. So let's select those winners right now. Alright guys, I have one here for you. I'm in Beach 1. We'll go 90 degrees. I'll put it in all metal. And I will pinpoint. $90 degrees again. So guys, would you dig it? And if you would dig it, comment below. Let me know what you think it is. And you'll have an opportunity to win a $25 Amazon gift card. So let's take a look and see what this is. I'm thinking it's going to be a penny. And there it is. A nice, shiny, crusty, or nice, shiny, clean penny. Okay, guys. Hey, guys. We are going to select the winner of last week's Would You Dig It contest. I'm going to open up my TubeBuddy app. I'm going to go to Pick a Winner. I'm going to go to Comment Must Contain Words, and I'm going to type in penny. Guys, just so you know, I had no idea what it was. I was digging it live for the first time as well. Old Polone. Congratulations. Send me an email. I know you already have it. We've communicated already. And congratulations. Zinc Penny is a great answer. And a lot of your answers were just perfect. Right on the spot. Many of you guys were right on top of that. So let's go into the next winner selection. We go to the right video, which is this one here, the Montage Resort. Now, I had you guys guess the metal on the ring that I found. Now, I want to tell you, I thought I had a white gold ring, and I was hoping for platinum. When I got home, I looked at it and said, it's stainless. But why did I like it so much? Because it's a Star Wars ring. Congratulations, Joyce DiGiovanni. Send me an email. You can find that in the About Me section on my channel page, and I will send you out your $20 Amazon gift card. So guys, I know all of you are just as disappointed as I am to find out it wasn't platinum. Oh man, my head was held high. I was feeling the adrenaline, having that in my bag the whole time I was out detecting. I get home, I pull out the scope, and sure enough, it was stainless. Poor Jim. Poor Jim. But Joyce, you had the correct answer, and you'll get a $20 Amazon gift card heading out your way. Just send me an email, and I will send it right on out to you. And congratulations to Old Polone. for guessing zinc penny. It was a perfect answer. I was guessing penny from the get-go on that as well. And so many of you were right on top of that as well. So guys, don't get discouraged. I have another opportunity for you right now. So let's get into this week's Would You Dig It? So guys, I got another one here for you. I'm not sure if you can see that, if that's a sun glare or not. I'll move 90 degrees right here. I am in Park 1 all metal mode. So guys, would you dig it? If you would dig it, comment below. Let me know what you think it is, and you'll have a chance of winning a $25 Amazon gift card. So guys, would you dig it? I dug it. Would you dig it? And if you would dig it, comment below on what you think it is, and you'll have an opportunity to win a $25 Amazon gift card that we'll select in next week's episode of Tutorial Tuesday. So guys, if you like my videos, please click like. If you'd like to see more, consider subscribing, ringing this bell, and receive all the notifications every time I release a new video. And please check out either one of these videos.